EA Sports and the Web.com Tour proudly present third round coverage of the Web.com Tour Championship. We are into the third round of the Web.com Tour Championship, the fourth and final stop of the Web.com Tour Finals. 50 PGA Tour cards up for grabs, dreams about to be made.
It's amazing what's ahead of these young players, Rich. Not just getting through the next two rounds, but also trying to suppress perhaps what might be for them next year.
And let's go down to the first. Frank, time for the third round and time for a good start.
That's right. 2 rounds in the bank. And what will today have to offer?
Frank, what's the best way to get at this first hole?
Ideally, you want to go with a short iron. It makes it easier to keep the ball on the right level. And there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. Made par yesterday. This one for birdie.
You'd like that one again.
Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Frank, what do you make of the par 5 second?
Doglegs to the left, so there's a decision to be made here all the time, but a good hooking tee shot, that takes the trees on the left out of play and even the rough on the right. Good tee shot here. I've seen people get home with as little as a 5 iron.
That's a good shot, right where you want to be, in the fairway here at number 2. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. You can see a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one is going to be in the rough. Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
That is going just a tad to the left, it appears.
Hopefully there's enough green that left side. I mean, this skill, and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Getting set now over the putt. That is a solid par putt. Setting up for the third hole here at TPC Sawgrass, relatively short par 3 at 177 yards.
But you've got to carry that ball at least 4 or 5 yards onto this green, even when it's firm.
Into the tall cabbage, that ball is swallowed up. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Pretty good shot right there.
Even par currently.
Has it. Hole number 4 here at TPC Sawgrass. 384-yard par 4 deep fairway bunker to the right of the landing zone. You want to avoid that. What else is there to look out for, Frank?
Those huge mounds on the left. They're just as penal, really, as the bunker on the right. So this is one where you have to pick an object in the distance. Really focus on that.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Nudge this one home, finish it up. Did the job right there. Frank, how about this par 4 fifth?
I lost count the number of bunkers here, off the tee and sort of in play with the second shot if you're in trouble, or even the one that's sort of left and long. Really good par 4 though. Fairway somehow has to be achieved if you want to reduce this par 4 to just a simple two-shotter.
Frank, which way is this headed?
Well, judging by his body English, looks like it's heading a little right. There is a bit of green out there though.
This is a pretty long putt here. You'd be happy to get this to within 2 or 3 feet. You really want to take the stress out of that next putt. That was not a very good read right there. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either.
A good solid stroke there. No sign of nerves on that.
Frank, what are the players facing here at the 6th, 393-yard par 4?
Ideally, just want to hit that ball about 250 yards. It's going to leave you a shot of sort of 140 yards in. Then the green looks quite big because you're far enough back that those palm trees don't become a problem.
Frank, now the second shot here at hole number 6.
Yeah, not overly long, but be very aware of these palm trees that are short. Many a shot's caught those trees coming into this green.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Oh, I thought he had that. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it's going to hurt the cause.
Frank, the 7th hole here at the TPC Sawgrass, vintage Pete Dye, isn't it?
It is. Anything other than straight confuses the player off the tee. But there's 3 pot bunkers down the right side, just inside that last little pot bunker on the left of that. It's actually a pretty good line.
And it generates some momentum here at the 7th hole. This for birdie. Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. Just a little too much juice on that birdie putt, Frank.
It was bold, very bold.
Locked in on the read and the speed. That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady. TPC Sawgrass, the fabled stadium course designed by the legendary Pete Dye. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Here at the 8th, Frank, most players are happy walking out of here with a par 3.
And the reason why, it's a very narrow entry to this green. It's just littered with bunkers around, left, behind, to the side, and even short. Once you get further up the green, though, even though this is an undulating green, it starts to widen up. So don't get trapped into just looking at the front of this hole.
This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday and trying for another one today. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
He's made it. Frank, 17 here at TPC Sawgrass gets all the attention when you look at the par 3s. Justifiably so. But number 8 is a daunting challenge in its own right.
It is. Longest of the 4 par 3s. Plus, it's just littered with bunkers around the side, the back, and the front.
And from the fairway for his second shot here. Frank, narrow entryway to this green here at the 9th. Short shot, but kind of difficult.
Yeah, don't want to get too aggressive here. You missed the green on the left, that bunker there. Very difficult to get it up and down. And, of course, there's the 2 little pot bunkers on the right side.
That will be a great look at birdie. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Good putt. Excellent front side, trying to keep it going here on the second 9.
He's just playing beautifully, hitting so many good shots, giving himself so many opportunities. Can he keep it going?
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. Second shot, good look at the green. Get down, look out.
It's over. The green.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
Solid play, heart of the green, just a couple of feet. All right, hole number 11 here at the TPC Sawgrass, 558-yard, par 5. No shortage of options, no shortage of hazards, Frank.
If there's one hole at TPC Sawgrass where you can literally leap out of your shoes, this is it.
Right in the heart of the fairway, green light special. Frank, what we've learned over the years is that the Web.com Tour is such a good place to hone your skills for the next step for the PGA Tour because it replicates the PGA Tour environment. 72 holes, a lot of pressure, you're playing for money, and you need to shoot 65s and 66s to win.
It's harder in golf to make that direct comparison, and I think to add to your point, if you used other sports, for example, like baseball, AAA, as opposed to regular season baseball, the guy has a specialist position. He's a pitcher or catcher. You can directly correlate his ability with another one in the major leagues. The same with NFL, college, size, speed on the combine, as opposed to professional NFL at the highest level. In golf, it's so multifaceted. So therefore, if you have a good combination of game, it might not stand out initially, but it might be better in the long haul.
Now the approach to the 12th, Frank. What's the player looking at?
Well, it's a fun shot here for the second shot, especially if you've driven it down the right side, because then you can see the flag no matter where it is on the green.
Early part of this second nine, a good approach shot, and now pretty good chance for birdie. Is for another birdie on this hole on the week. Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
No, sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Good effort and a good par putt. And Frank, we always like when they have the hole location back left and that ball trickles down, feeds, and you can see some really good ones and maybe even an ace here.
Yeah, just like Mickelson a few years ago. Down there, it looked like it was going to flirt with the bunker, ran up and over the ridge, and in it goes. This is one where you have to play ground ball as well as high ball.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Shouldn't be a problem here. He's made it. And through the years, Frank, it has gotten the best of the best, hasn't it?
We've seen Tiger Woods hit it left. We've seen Vijay Singh hit it left. We've seen so many players in the water down the left. Conversely, many a championship's been lost by hitting the ball up in the mounds on the right.
You take 4 here and run the 15?
I would sprint.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. It looks like it's heading for the bunker.
Just a bit offline and into the bunker. Frank, there's nothing like catching a bunker shot just perfectly. Splashes out, lands softly, and just runs up to that hole.
Yeah, it's like 3D. There's the component in the strike where it's going to land, and then the third part of it is how much will it roll.
Frank, that reminds you of maybe what, the greatest bunker player of all time? Continues to hold that sizable lead on the rest of the field. Now to the 15th, and Frank, I know this is a hole that you really like.
Yeah, it gets no respect in my book, which I think is a shame. Just a nice dogleg to the right. And really 2 good shots and a 3 here, which is actually a rarity. It sets you up for those closing 3 holes. Too often people just take 15 lightly. And 15 has just a gentle nibble that turns into a bite. Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off, off, off. Rough.
All right, now another shot from the rough.
Yeah, this time better be better than the one we just saw.
How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, that's amazing. That's a masterclass in short game.
Could use this. A putt for par. Right in the heart. And if you're a couple of shots behind on Sunday, that final round, you're thinking about 3, and that's possible, isn't it?
Well, history's shown it has, Rich.
A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. Second from an excellent lie. Well, it looks as though they're going to need to use all their strength to sort of hack it out of that rough, missing it off the tee here. And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, sir.
Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich. Oh, good roll, good putt.
Frank, I've seen players stick that finish, the follow-through, like an Olympic gymnast. They're staring at it. It looks good, and it flies a yard long, and they make 7.
Well, a yard in a game of inches, too much.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Could it be? Sinks it.
Unbelievable.
Now to the final hole here at TPC Sawgrass, 462-yard par 4. Frank, is this one of the toughest finishing holes in the sport?
It is, because the simple reason you've played 17 holes and the job isn't done yet.
Good drive, Frank. Now he just needs one final good swing here, the approach shot to the last.
That green's starting to look a little smaller than what it did earlier in the day.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. These putts keep the round together. In for par. Frank, in golf, there's nothing quite like the final round of a hotly contested championship, and this one could be a doozy.
And there's nothing quite like that leaderboard I'm looking at right now. We are going to have some amazing golf. This one is going to have to be won.
EA Sports and the Web.com Tour proudly present final round coverage of the Web.com Tour Championship. It is the final round of the Web.com Tour Championship, the last stop of the Web.com Tour Finals, and what a huge day it is, Frank.
One round will determine whether they graduate from the Web.com or back again here next year. The chance of graduation, though, the richest. Play with the greats of the game, all on play today.
Frank, you want to get off to a good start. This approach shot here at the first is important.
It is. Two distinct levels on this green, the high side on the left there and the lower side on the right. If you're trying to keep that ball a little left of a middle, you've got to be careful of that bunker on the left.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means.
I mean, this skill, and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. Good putt. How about this second, a par 5?
Well, if you're brave, you try and flash it down that tree line down the left, but there's a couple of limbs that poke out. Every now and again, they catch an errant tee shot.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole. Now the second shot to the par 5. That one ends up in the rough.
That went sideways.
I mean, really on top of his game right now. That was a splendid approach shot. Par yesterday, now for birdie. Pretty much doing everything right this week. 11 under for the tournament. Frank, a nice mix of holes to start. So here we go with a par 3 at the third.
Very narrow at the front of the screen, and that bunker too, you don't actually see it off the tee, the back left bunker, and it sneaks into that left side. So if that flag is on the left, just be careful.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. It's a good looking putt right here. He might like it. Oh, he's going to love it. Great putt. Frank, the bunker on the right, I wouldn't call that a pot bunker. That is some kind of a hazard, isn't it?
Yeah, meanders all the way down the right side, but really it's the lesser of two evils. I'd rather be in that bunker on the right than the hill on the left.
And that's where you want to be at the fourth, in the fairway. Frank, the second here at the fourth is a dangerous shot.
Once again, this is another example of where you have to look at the green. Where exactly is the flag? If it's on that high portion, you've got to fly it all the way back.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Nice solid start to the round. Tee to green looks to be in command.
Yeah, it's surprising. I thought he might have been a little shaky out of the gate, but certainly proved me wrong.
Frank, the golf course toughens up right here at the long par 4 fifth.
Yeah, when you play it off the back tee, 470 yards, it's nearly 320 yards to that last bunker down the left side. That really has to be in the back of your mind. The ideal tee shot, little left to right.
He's hit the green, but his work is by no means finished. A difficult putt coming up from about 25 feet. Wow, I thought he made that. Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Solid par. Frank, this isn't a hole that sort of jumps out at you the way, say, 17 does.
Yeah, a lot of times people will just sort of gloss over it, but anytime you get a par 4 under 400 yards, it's a great opportunity. But once again, a positional hole. Take advantage of it.
Frank, now the second shot here at hole number 6.
Yeah, not overly long, but be very aware of these palm trees that are short. Many a shot's caught those trees coming into this green.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Wow, what a birdie. Seventh hole here at Sawgrass, Frank, a bit uncomfortable off the tee.
It is. It reminds me a little bit of the opening hole, much longer version, where when you stand on the tee and look at the green, it's a straightaway hole. But that fairway goes to the left and it comes back to the right. But they're all optical illusions.
Frank, you've been there. What's the best way to approach this next shot at the seventh hole?
There's a lot of mounding on this seventh green, to the right and the left. You can use those mounds to kick the ball to the flag.
Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. Been this way all day. Airtight, no mistakes, solid shot.
And yet another green in regulation.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. He's made it. Frank, this is a hole that I really like. The 8th, 237-yard par 3, just a necklace of bunkers surrounding the green. What's the best approach?
You come out through that chute or that hallway of trees there, and this being the longest of the 4 par 3s at TPC Sawgrass, the green actually plays much smaller than what it looks because of that narrow entry.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Clean this up with a tap.
Really solid stroke.
Frank, the 9th is really a good par 5, isn't it?
There's so many options here. Just play it away, sort of 3-wood it down there, then go to the right and sort of wedge it on the green. But it's very tempting, especially in the right wind conditions. And that's if they're coming over your shoulder for a right-hander from right to left. Then this par 5 is very reachable.
Frank, when you think layup shot on a par 5, you think it's easy. This isn't necessarily that simple, is it?
No, you've got to keep the ball to the right. Otherwise, those overhanging limbs on those trees on the left, they become havoc.
Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Well, Frank, it's our job to get excited.
You can't when you leave it short, though.
I'm sad.
He's making my job hard.
Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Right where they were aiming, in the fairway. Second shot, good look at the green. Appears to be what they call a commercial play, very solid. On the green, and a chance for birdie. And it's a long way to the hole from here, never easy. Very well done, almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Trying to stay steady, make a par. Now the time to be aggressive. Par 5, 558-yard, 11th hole, Frank. What's the key here?
Tee it high and let it fly. This is the big chance here. This is one of the widest fairways on the golf course. This is where you chance it all.
Second shot coming up here at the par 5. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Putting on a show, this tournament moves to 15 under par. Here now, the 12th hole at the TPC Sawgrass. It's a 358-yard par 4, so short on the card, Frank, but obviously a challenge. What's the key here?
once again trying to find that right position on the fairway, and that's down the right side. Anything down the left, that mound is going to block your view.
Now the approach to the 12th. Frank, what's the player looking at?
Well, it's a fun shot here for the second shot, especially if you've driven it down the right side, because then you can see the flag no matter where it is on the green.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Yes, he's holed it, Frank.
Unbelievable from that distance.
One of the great things about this golf course, Frank, a variety of par 3s, different yardages. Here at the 13th, 181-yard par 3.
Yeah, this is where you have to be careful on the tee there. Anything left's just going to be eaten up by that lake. Matter of fact, if you hit one with a little bit of a hook and it catches the mound, it can still kick into the lake. So this one here, just be a little cautious on the tee.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, Tiger certainly had his adventures here at 14.
Well, we'll never forget that. Spun it left. In the end, was very, very lucky to get away with 6. Had it been 7, Garcia might have just caught him at the post. But he will, and we will, never forget 14.
Frank, challenging approach shot here at the 14th.
Yeah, there's some subtle mounds in this green. One that comes in on the right, and then another one that starts to come in about 2/3 of the way down on that left side.
This one is definitely heading left. Looks like it is going to end up in the rough. Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are, because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Continues to hold that sizable lead on the rest of the field. If you're just joining us, we're at the 15th hole here at TPC Sawgrass, 449-yard par 4. Frank, what's in store here?
One of the prettiest tee shots on the golf course, Rich. Once again, you're coming out of a chute of trees, big bunker down the right side. Really, you want to hug that right side, though. It gives you a better entry into this green.
So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait. And at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
Solid play, heart of the green. That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady. And if you're a couple of shots behind on Sunday, that final round, you're thinking about 3, and that's possible, isn't it?
Well, history's shown it has, Rich.
Good tee shot, right in the short grass. Nice position, short grass, second shot. Ready for his third shot. Needs to hit this close. This won't hurt him, Frank.
Just a little left of the flag. That's fine.
Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. That looked for all the world like it was dead center.
I've got no idea how that missed.
So they'll tap in. Did the job right there. Frank, as a fan, it's so exciting because it's just so simple as well. Ball's in the air. You're wondering, where is it? Wet, dry, short, long, winner or loser. So toweled off, dried off, and ready to go.
Yeah, let's hope this swing he hasn't still got the floaties on.
Third shot now after the last one found the deep blue.
Yeah, you can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot that you got punished for.
Wouldn't say he's ecstatic, but not unhappy either.
at 24 feet. There'll be a lot of players much further away than that on this hole.
How does that not go in?
Amazing. Stroke looked good. Line looked good. Just did not take that final break.
And getting ready for the putt. And drops it in. Now to the final hole here at TPC Sawgrass, 462-yard par 4. Frank, is this one of the toughest finishing holes in the sport?
It is, because the simple reason you played 17 holes and the job isn't done yet.
Now his final approach shot of the day just wants to go out and stop.
One more good swing. Could have been a lot worse. That he didn't finish up too bad.
No, just on the fringe, so he'll still have an opportunity to knock this one in.
Safely on the dance floor.
To win the Web.com Tour Championship. Has his par. Just a great putt and a great win.